together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
Live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, a little bit of lighter card. We don't have any hockey today, Tim. We do have two NBA play-in games, the final play-in games before we get into the series. We're going to start with the NBA today. So you can talk some NBA before you head out halfway through the baseball card. So we'll start with Heat, Hawks, and then Mavericks, Grizzlies, and then we'll get into Major League Baseball. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll recap yesterday. What went right, what went wrong, and after a terrible day on Wednesday, yesterday was amazing. Major bounce back day for me, up 9.4 units. So how's that for a 2-day swing? Down 11.4, up 9.4. So still down 2 units, but considering I was down 11.4 2 days ago, not going to complain. Baseball was a 2-0-1 sweep. Pittsburgh -1 pushes, which is what it is. I was able to get the money line on Cappertek. It's just the money line was too expensive for me to actually bet. Was the problem though. So I got the push on that one. 1-0. Trevor Williams looked good in that game. First 5 under, 4.5, easy in Oakland, Chicago, and the first 5 over in Cleveland, Baltimore, winner as well. So I was 2-0-1, done with baseball, ready to watch hockey. And hockey absolutely killed it. I had a couple blemishes on my card, but I mean, the only game that was a complete blemish was the Ranger game. The Sens and Canes first period over 1.5. They almost cashed the full game in the first period. 3-2 at the end of the first period. 7-5 Senators final in that game. Cashed the first period over. Cashed the full game over. Cashed the Carolina Hurricanes season point total under 100.5. They had 99 entering the game against Montreal. They lose the last 2 games. Cash it, never in doubt. Cool. Islanders and Blue Jackets first period over lost, but the full game over won, and the Blue Jackets -1 won. They win 6-1. So thank you, Blue Jackets, for carrying the entire total for that game because the Islanders were ready to mail it in. So there was that. My triple up on the Buffalo Sabres game was 18 seconds away from being absolutely perfect. Had the first period over. Had the full game over. Cash. 3-1, 5-4. The Sabres gave up a goal with the Flyers goalie pulled with 18 seconds to go, and I pushed the -1. Yeah. Fun times there. My other triple up really actually did work, though. Pittsburgh versus Washington. Penguins money line. Cash it. First period over. Cash it. Full game over. Cash it. And if you guys took one thing, I think I said it during the show. Crosby props. He scored a goal last night. If you guys did take that. If you took Crosby Ovechkin parlay, that cashed as well. So there was that as well. My only blemish of the night, like my only full loser, was the Lightning getting shut out against the Rangers. First period over, loser. Full game over, loser. It is what it is. Detroit and Toronto, never in doubt on the first period over, never in doubt on the full game over. They totally didn't score with less than a minute in the first period to cash the first period over. They totally didn't score with 2 seconds left in regulation to tie the game and cash the full game over. That could have easily been an 0-2 game, but somehow I got the double cash there on that one. Lost the first period, won the full game overs with Calgary and LA. So overall, it was a really strong end to a bad NHL season for me, which I did finish, considering I think I was down 30 units at one point in the NHL. 366, 388, and 47, down 11.19 units. So considering I was down 30 units at one point, I guess it's okay. I'm not happy with it by any stretch of the imagination, and the playoffs will be better than my regular season. I promise you that. But overall, yesterday was an awesome day, and I hope to continue it into today.
Real quick, Nick, how do you think you did on the site for hockey? I have it right here, by the way. How do you think you did on the site?
I did pretty okay because
don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Oh, my only full game loser was the Rangers.
Oh. No. I meant the entire season.
Oh, I'm guessing I'm up because you asked me.
Yes, you're up. How much do you think you're up?
5 units.
18.76 for 2025. I think this is I think that's just 2025. But you absolutely killed it this calendar year.
Yeah, my 2024 is terrible.
NHL. So, but I figure I mentioned that you were up 18.76 units in 2025 on the site for hockey. You mentioned we'll quickly go through because you got your 6-1 night in hockey. You didn't add Columbus onto the site. It's kind of funny. You look at our plays. We had 9 plays up on the site. We had the Pirates run line and 8 overs. You had your 6-1 night. The baseball went 0-2 on the site. Because we got hooked on both. Pirates run line, they win by 1. The over 8.5 in that Orioles game. It was 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Last 3 innings or 2.5 innings, nothing. Got hooked. Just rough there. It is what it is. We're not going to hit every single one. I believe the overs in Oriole games are like 11, 6-1 now or something like that. But ready to keep rolling. Ready to make some money today. And we'll go say hi to the chat. We'll see who's here. Because it's the Cup.
Because it's the Cup.
NHL is the best playoffs ever. It's not even close. Even players in other sports admit it. I'm going to disagree. But that's because I'm a baseball person. I think that the best playoffs in sports is Omaha. I think college baseball has the most exciting playoffs in sports. That's just me. But I know you're a big hockey person. I'm a big baseball person, and college baseball I think has the best playoff structure. Nope, NBA. No. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm an NBA person. Hold on. I got this, Nick. I'm an NBA person. Not once are you going to see an NHL team be minus 6,500 to win a series, or you have to take them to sweep at plus 120. You're never going to see that in hockey, ever. Oh, and I'll mention this too because this is also true. You're never going to see a team minus 6,000 to win a regional. Ever. You may see them minus 6,000 or something to, like, if it's Tennessee versus Grambling State or something in the regional, you're going to see a big number. But you're never going to see a big number for a team to win a regional like that. So, no, NBA is not the best playoffs. It's actually, and I'll say I love the NBA, or I don't love the NBA, but I bet the NBA. I'm an NBA guy. NBA is the worst league. There you go. Laughing. What is series price you guys getting? I'm seeing Avs at minus 163. Let's pull up Bovada because that's what I like to use. We'll pull up NHL.
Yeah, I missed my opportunity to bet the Avs potentially there.
Avalanche.
I'm seeing 140 on DraftKings. I'm currently going through and going through and trying to find where to bet these games or where to bet
minus 150. All right, Nick, real quick, because we're looking at playoff odds. Who do you think is the biggest favorite to win their series without looking?
Oh, I've already been looking at it. I'm writing down. I'm right now writing down where to find certain series props.
Never mind.
Because I want to bet certain teams and I want to see who the best available numbers is. I know the Habs are the biggest dogs. I wholeheartedly disagree, but I know the Habs are the biggest.
You are wrong. You are wrong. According to Bovada, the biggest dog, the least likely team to make it to the second round is the New Jersey Devils.
Them two, yeah.
Which, give me the Devils. Anyways, Suppness Lex. So what's the ending record for Nick? I don't know. I'm seeing pick'ems for Bolts Panthers and Kings Oilers. Yes, I am too.
I'm seeing,
and I like the Kings.
For the Oilers, 135 so far. Everybody.
What's the hairstyle for Tim? It's I just got out of the shower. Fuck off. What's the difference between the sites and his actual place? I have not a clue.
Team totals, things along those lines.
There you go.
First periods.
Over my head. Don't you bet your actual place? Yes, but you bet them on different books. All right.
Yeah.
Hell no. The atmosphere for Omaha doesn't compare to hockey or football. Football is garbage. The football playoffs is not good either. Coyote, please sit down and watch regionals this year. Watch the super regionals this year. Watch Omaha this year. Then tell me otherwise. Soccer and hockey playoffs and championships are the best. Soccer is not even close. Leave soccer out of here. We're talking about American sports. Hockey easily is the best. No, that's a huge fave. NFL is one of the worst leagues. I agree. Avs line did move. I think the Devils pull a monkey. I think the Devils could too. Canes in 4. No.
See, wait, no.
Yes,
actually, I think I know why the lines move so much. Mira Hiskin is not expected back in the first game, and I think Jason Robertson got hurt in the last regular season game. I think those are two big reasons why the lines moved as much as it has to the Avalanche.
Heard. I think there's some major upsets. Yes, and it's going to be the Devils. Good luck, guys. Good luck to you. I miss having hair. NHL and March Madness are the best in my opinion. March Madness when there's actually fun Cinderella teams. I went to Omaha. There you go. I was playing baseball out there when I was younger and went. I want to go to Omaha. Soccer, yeah. And the Stars looked like ass last 10 years. 10 games, yes. Yes, Robertson is hurt, yes. Did Kobe Bryant ever rest before the playoffs? Hell no. Kobe was a different beast. Let's get rolling.
Yeah, let's get it started here in the NBA. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks. I've made so far one bet so far in the play-ins. And it was on this Miami Heat team against the Chicago Bulls. And when it comes to this Miami Heat team, I like that first. Let me get up the line history real quick here. This line opened up with the Hawks as -1 favorites. It got down to a pick'em. It actually got Miami -1 for Atlanta's one. I'm going to look up here. And open up to 18. It's about 220.5. Am I good? There we go.
Mm-hmm. You're good now.
Take a look at the money line real quick. This line open 17. So that move for Atlanta on the opening line. And this one as well. Take a look at the cash flow. I think it's 70% of the cash on the Heat. And this line moves slightly towards the Hawks. 92, 93, 93 on the over here as well. The Heat are coming off of the win in their last game against the Chicago Bulls. The Hawks. So the ultimate question is it momentum or is it the better team wins? And we've seen so far 8 playing games so far. the team that had to win to get into the 8 seed game is 3-5 in the 8 seed game. So they've actually not fared terribly, all things considered. If they are considered the worst of the two teams, and they're generally the road team, winning 3 out of 5, not bad. Or winning 3 out of 8, not bad. I don't think I'm getting involved in this one here. I think this is a spot where potentially the script flips on the Heat in this game after a really nice win in the first one against the Bulls. Kind of feel like the Hawks can take this game here in this spot. And I if I'm betting anything in this game, I'm only looking at the ATL in this one here at this probably just a pick 'em price tag in this game. Don't know if I'm getting involved with it, but it feels like one of these spots where what did everybody just see? They saw the Hawks get embarrassed by 25 points, Trae Young get ejected, and they saw a dominating 19-point win by the Miami Heat. And yet this is only a pick 'em. Something tells me the Atlanta Hawks win this basketball game today. So for me, it's a lean towards Atlanta. What's your thoughts here in this one?
I'm against you. I see it as this game's a pick 'em between a team that ended the regular season 2 games under 500 versus a team that ended the regular season 8 games under 500. And it's a pick 'em. Now I'm on the Heat. This has a very, very similar feel for me to the Heat Bulls game. Or how you saw it. I didn't. I was on the wrong side of it. This feels exactly in the same spot. I'm not a believer in this Hawks team. Now, I'm not a believer in this Heat team either. But this line just seems a little weird to me. And then I'm going to go pull up. So they play. Would be Chicago. They played Chicago 4 times this year, and they split. They lost the first 2 meetings to Chicago, and then they beat them the last 2 meetings. I'm taking the Heat here. I'm gonna roll with Miami. I just think this line's a little bit off.
I can see that.
I'd be more inclined to bet the Hawks if it was like a 3 or a 4.
Okay. What's your thoughts? Now, I know you think the Heat win the full game. What's your thoughts on the Hawks come out pissed after getting embarrassed in that game against Orlando Magic? They're back at home, and they give you a strong 12 minutes to start the game.
That could definitely be.
I think that's the approach. If you want the Atlanta Hawks, I think that's the way I'm going to take it. It's the Atlanta Hawks in the first quarter in this game. I think that's the way I would like to approach this game. So I'm going to try to find the best available number for that. I'm going to take the Hawks in the first quarter.
I'm taking the Heat in this game in general.
That's actually not a bad price.
Okay. Just wanted to put it up on the site. Heat money line, even money.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Atlanta in the first quarter here.
I'd rather go to the Stanley Cup. Well, that's because you're more of a hockey fan. Tim Duncan over Kobe. I disagree. Although that's not really fair to compare because they're 2 totally different positions, 2 totally different work ethics. I don't really think you can compare those 2 guys. Kobe is the same animal but a different beast. Yes. NHL set attendance record. NHL is a growing sport. That's great. Hawks money line. Professional athletes today only care about clout and not for the love of the game. That's why I love college sports. Butler made Harrow look like Rick Barry last game. At least the book's showing fear/respect with all this Heat money, making them a slight favorite. I still see them as a slight dog.
I was going to say the line's moved 2 cents towards Atlanta. Like on the money line, it opened 115. It's at 117. I don't know what you're talking about.
The thing is, it's a pick 'em, so I'm not. It doesn't really concern me. It's not like you're dealing with points. It's a pick 'em, and it's moved 2 cents. I don't really see the big deal. Heat money line, Heat team total under, Hawks money line. The number 10 seed has never no number 10 seed has ever made playoffs. I trust Hawks at home Friday night in front of the home crowd.
Yeah.
We've also done this, 4 years?
I can tell you the only 10 seats to make the 8 games have been Chicago and OKC back in 2022.
There you go. Trae Young over points. Hawks first quarter. I was going to say that. Okay. Nick, even better if the Hawks get on an early lead, I'll take the Heat for plus money. I don't hate that either. Pro sports are better in my opinion. It's just the best of the best, not some 18-year-olds. The thing is, the college kids care more. Or, sorry, at least they did. Now that all the college kids can make money, maybe it might end up switching. But I do believe that that college sports are better than pro sports. I believe that. Cashed Gunner Dinger gave out on the show yesterday, plus 525. Hell yeah, stop Gio. Heat suck at fourth quarters. Well, hopefully they're winning by enough. Let's roll to this one, Nick.
Yeah. The other matchup here, the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Grizzlies are 6-point home favorites with a total of 221.5 in this game. And let's take a look at the line history in this one. It opened up at a 5. It's now a 6. So we do have a slight move towards Memphis. Line opened up 223. It's down to a 221. So we even moved towards the under here as well. 61% of the tickets and 65% of cash on the Mavericks. The line's moving towards Memphis. 94% of tickets, 94% cash on the over here in this spot. I have not liked many of these playing games. Why do I like both playing games today? This feels like one of those spots where very similar to the last game we just talked about, just not probably a little bit more extreme because you're having to lay 6 points in this game. What did you just see from these two teams? You saw Memphis get drilled. Right?
No, Memphis covered.
My bad. It was a 5. My bad.
Yeah. That was
it was a 5.
I think it was a blow. It was a wider game, and then the fourth quarter got close. I believe that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing them get blown out early, if I remember right. And then Dallas with a nice win there in the spot here. I think the Grizzlies win today. The question is, do you trust them to cover 6 points? No. The answer for that is really no for me. But seeing Dallas so public and watching this line go from 5.5 to 6, and we're starting to even see some 6.5s out there, why are we not interested in the Memphis Grizzlies here to take care of business here at home and just slaughter Dallas in the spot?
I will say, when I did my videos last night, it was a 6.5. So I see it going from 6.5 to 6, and if you're seeing some 5.5s, but no, I see the line moving a different way.
5.5 got up to a 6, got all the way up to a 7 last night. Then there was some buyback on Dallas to bring it back down to a 6. The opening line was Dallas 5.5 on BetOnline at 12:40 a.m. on the 17th.
I'll say I think Dallas is live here. I'm going to grab 6.5. I could look towards the money line too. This Memphis team has not looked good. This is not a Memphis team that I'm liking right now. Ever since they fired their coach, it's like they've wanted to tank. When did they fire their coach? When did Memphis fire their coach? March 28th. Since then, loss. 3 wins in a row against Miami, Detroit, that was a good win, and then Charlotte. And then a loss and a blowout win versus Dallas, who wasn't really caring the last day. This Memphis team looks rough right now. And they're not a team I want to trust. When they fired their coach, they were 44-29. Since then, they've gone 4-5. So I guess it's not that bad. But you played some crap teams in order to get some wins. Dallas wins this game outright. Give me the Mavericks. Mavs or nothing. Mavs, yes, Mavericks. Yes, Gio, which is under 221.5. Dallas team total under 107. No. Grizzlies will lose and will regret not getting rid of Morant. I still think they can get a lot for Ja over the offseason. I was on Dallas +6 last night. A bit too public now. I don't really think it matters. Morant, team total under. Memphis wins tonight but gets bounced in the first round. All right, let's just make this perfectly clear. Whoever wins this game is not making it past Oklahoma City. The only chance Oklahoma City had to sweat is if they happen to play Golden State, and they did not have to. So honestly, I don't think that they have to sweat at all. The Thunder. Grizzlies under 221.5. The game under, I could see that. Morant is fragile like the over. I could see the over here. I can. How about some baseball, Nick? And look at that total.
Yeah, you know where the wind's blowing in this game. We have the way out. We have the Chicago Cubs taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are -115 favorites in this game, but the total is 11 in this spot here. I'm trying to switch over from NBA to MLB now. And I found my 7 bets that I'm making in the for the first round series props. The only series I'm not betting is Carolina and New Jersey, hoping maybe New Jersey wins the first game and then I can take Carolina afterwards. But with that being said, I was just stalling so I can get up the cash flow and the line history and everything here in this game. A lot of tickets in on this one, already 18,000 compared to all the other games where anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000.
Well,
early game, gotta love early Friday.
The other ones are past 6 o'clock.
40, 54. I know, but that's what I was getting at. 54% of tickets and 70% of cash is on the Chicago Cubbies in this one here. 41% of tickets and 59% of cash on the under. My bad. So sharp money coming in on the under in this game. It is a high total. That's one thing I will say. I forgot to switch over my covers in this one here so we can get everything set up there where it's loading. So when everything loads for me, Tim, quickly break down this game, and then I'll be able to break down the rest of it once it's fully loaded.
Dude, I love this matchup. This series in general is going to be fun because you got an Arizona team that I'm high on. I have a ticket for Arizona to win the National League because I think they have the pitching to do it. I have the ticket for the Cubs to win the division because I think they have the bats to do it. This is going to be a very fun game. That being said, I like Arizona today. I get Corbin Burns. I know he has not had a great start to the season. He's allowed 9 earned runs and 15 1/3 innings pitched. That was in the Yankee Stadium, which 2 runs there. That's actually not that bad of a game, considering that Little League Park. 4 runs to Washington is not ideal, but that's a Nationals team that's not going to have problems hitting this year. And then 3 runs against Milwaukee in a win. I think that he's able to slow him down enough. He's not really a fly ball pitcher, which I think is going to benefit him here. And you look at Colin Ray. I think it's going to be more of an opener because the most he's gone is 3 2/3 innings. I don't think he's going to go deep into this game. So I think you're going to see a majority of Cub bullpen, which I get Corbin Burns versus a bullpen. I'm going to take Corbin Burns. Give me Arizona to start the day. By the way, did you put the MLB, what do you call it in the chat? MLB contest thing in the chat?
Oh, shit. Yeah. I forgot to do that. Yep. Sorry, my computer's being all slow. This is driving me crazy. For this game here, this line opened up +122 for the Cubs. It's now -105. So we have a massive move towards the Cubs in this game. Line opened up at an 11 -110. It's now 11 -113. It's not a public over. No surprise there. Corbin Burnes does not look particularly great, and we're getting a Cubs bullpen game, which I'm not a fan of. Obviously, you knew exactly where this game was, where the wind was blowing, because it is 23 miles an hour wind blowing out, and it's going to be 77 degrees at first pitch. That makes sense with the line moving the way it is. I'm more interested in the over in this game than I am the side. If it's a side, it's Cubs. It's Cubs for me. It's Cubs team total over. Corbin Burnes has kind of struggled so far in Arizona, and I don't know if pitching in 23 mile an hour wind blowing out is going to help him at all. He gave up 3 earned runs against the Brewers in 5 and 6 innings pitched, 4 earned runs against the Nationals in 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, but 4 runs, but only 2 of them earned against the Yankees in 4 1/3. I think the Cubs get to him in this spot here, and I think that this Cubs bullpen, I think, is very, very sketchy. I'm not going to be on the over, and I think that's where I'm going to end up landing on this game to get my day started. I think once it's pretty simple. If the totals are high in Chicago, bet them over. If they're low, bet them under, type of thing. So, and we're starting to see some 11.5s out there as well. So let me grab an 11 here. 11 minus 115 over on Fanatic. I'll go ahead. I'll start with an over in this game.
Okay. I'll ride the Diamondbacks here. If Kyrie was still playing, yes, but OKC would sweep either one of these teams for sure. I believe that full-heartedly. However they play. Snakes money line, yes. Cubs team over, I could see that. Snakes team total over, yes. What stat should I look for to see if a pitcher is going to get smacked?
It's his advanced numbers. If you're looking at it, if you can find expected ERA compared to ERA, if you can find his FIP, his Sierra, something along those lines, if they're high and his ERA is low, that tells you he's probably due for some negative regression.
Dansby Swanson hit a double. Dude, I've never looked at double props. Plus 650? That's crazy. Diamondbacks minus 1.5. D-backs team total over. Here is the thing for the baseball contest. Recap the MLB.
Yes, my bad. I forgot to do that. Share screen.
By the way, Nick, once you're done recapping the MLB, if you're able to run through the rest of the chat, I'm gonna update my Oakland A's experiment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Recapping the MLB, I'm still in first place. Only up 7.94, so I'm making it easier for some people to catch up. Lex Steele in second place, less than 2 units behind me. Neil is 5-2. Coin is 3-1. Occupancy up a unit. I forgot to flip them around because he dropped a little bit. Drewski, because 446 is scared is still positive. There we go. Markel needs to be moved up because Coyote didn't have a good day. So there you go. There's the standings for the MLB contest. Let me quickly take the comment off so we can have. There we go. And that still doesn't show the bottom two are Robert and there we go. Robert and Untouchable there for that. So those are the MLB standings there. Really nice in Chicago today. Yeah, and wind blowing out too. But yeah, I definitely like the over. Great hitting weather. Yep, yes it is. They don't have lines for the over under in this series in this game for some weird reason. They do on some books. It's 11. It's an 11. But yeah. How are the Diamondbacks minus 111, but only plus 135 on the run line? Total of 11. They're not going to give you a crazy number in a game of high volatility. If anything, if you like a side in this game, I would take a -1 or a run line before I would take a money line, because with the volatility of an 11 total, I think we're going to see a multi-run win by either side. Is this a good Diamondbacks first 5 -1/2? Maybe. But I'm leaning more Cubs. Robert Oliver. Yeah, me neither. LOL. First time betting it like it's better than a home run. Fair. Mo. Cubs money line +112 is my play on puck day off. Yeah. Game gonna be 7-5 or 8-5. Fair. We will head to the next game here, the Detroit Tigers and the Kansas City Royals. Royals -135 road favorites in this game here with a total of 7.5. We have Jackson Jobe taking on Cole Reagans in this one here. Line open up 125, it's now 138, so we do move towards the Royals. In this game, line open up 7.5 at even money. It's now 7.5 -115, so we even move towards the over here as well, expecting Jackson Jobe to get hit. 69% of tickets, nice, and 62% of cash is on the over in this game here. The line moving towards it. 59 and 59 is on the Tigers, yet this line's moving towards the Royals. Tells me the Royals are probably the side in this game. And probably it's kind of crazy. I kind of want to take a Royals team total in this one here. Cole Reagans has been pretty solid so far. This team can't play on the road, though. That's the problem. Crazy seeing a team that's 2-8 on the road is favored over a team that's 6-1 at home. But yes, we know the pitching matchup. Reagans has given up 1 earned run in 3 consecutive starts against Milwaukee, Minnesota, and Cleveland, after giving up 3 earned runs against Cleveland in his opening day start. On the flip side, we have Jackson Jobe, who's looked pretty good for a rookie. He is somebody who's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. He's made 3 appearances. He shut down the Twins in this last one. No earned runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. He pitched against also the White Sox and the Mariners. So he's faced 3 of the easiest teams to go up against pitching-wise. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. For me, it is Royals or nothing. It's Royals or nothing for me here in this game. I just don't know if there's enough volatility to take a -1 line. And -135, -140 on the road, though, for the Royals team is not something that gets my interest at all. So it's just gonna. I think it's gonna leave it as a lean towards the Royals and not bet it here.
I will say I'm gonna get involved on the Royals here, and that's where our baseball card was gonna get started on the site. It's Reagan's Day, and you know how much I really do like Cole Reagans. We get. And yeah, the fact that an 8-12 team is favored against an 11-8, Jackson Jobe is a big prospect coming up. Like he is going to be solid. So it still doesn't make sense. The line doesn't make sense. So I do like Kansas City here. It is a AL Central matchup, so be careful. But I am going to go ahead and take the Kansas City Royals. We can get a run line at +125. So first play on the site for today is Cole Reagans Day.
Yeah, it's just going to remain a lean for me. That is it.
Sounds good. Head back to the chat. Okay, I got it. Where did you leave off? You're here. Where are you?
I'm gonna. I don't remember. Let me take a look. Here. I'm gonna quickly exit out and come back in and see if it fixes anything.
All right. Tigers money line. No, thank you. Pass. Can both lose? No. I'm coming for that number 1 spot. Honestly, I hope you get it. I hope you get that number 1 spot. I did Royals first 5. Yeah. No, I could see Royals first 5. I mean, I like that spot. I'd rather have KC win. Fair. What are the stats Nick has about teams who hit lefties and righty pitchers? Those will come once he sets up his spreadsheets. He will have batting averages and all that stuff for teams against righties versus lefties and all that stuff. So that will come when once he gets his spreadsheet up and running. Lex having the biggest fall off after saying that. Don't say that. I hope he gets it. This one should be a fun game. We get the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Guardians are minus 125. Favorites on the road with a total of 9. The Guardians are 9-9 this year. I believe they're coming off of they lost the last 2 games. They lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. Pittsburgh 8-12. They're coming off of winning 3 out of 4 versus Washington. So, Nick, I'll let you kind of get started with this game.
Yeah, we have Luis L. Ortiz taking on Carmen Lodinsky in this matchup here. Line open up 113 is now 126. We do have a move towards Cleveland in this game. Line open up 8.5 minus 115. Got up to a 9, back down to an 8.5 around minus 113. So a slight move towards the under here in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow in this spot where we have 68% of the tickets and 84% of cash coming in on the Guardians. The line's moving towards them, at least for those who want to back them. 76% of the tickets, 71% of the cash on the over in this game here. Lodinsky has kind of struggled this year. I remember backing him in that one start. His one good start, I backed him in. It was against St. Louis. 1 earned run on 5 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. It was a terrible spot for the Cardinals in that game. He got hit against the Reds. Gave up 4 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 4 1/3. He got hit against Tampa Bay, giving up 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 3 2/3. So other than the one decent start against St. Louis, he's not looked particularly great. Luis L. Ortiz started off the year struggling. It's his first year with the new team. He was with Pittsburgh last year, and he was traded in the offseason, I believe, multiple times. Or that he was part of the Spencer Horwitz trade. My bad. The Guardians got Spencer Horwitz and traded him to Pittsburgh for Luis L. Ortiz. He gave up 1 earned run on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 5 2/3 in his last start at home against Kansas City. His previous 2 starts were not great, though. He started off by getting bombed against San Diego, and then he gave up 3 earned runs on 6 innings pitched against LA, the Angels. I think he pitches well in this game, and I'm interested in the Guardians in this spot. Especially with you have a little bit of a Luis L. Ortiz revenge game going up against the team that traded him away. Something interested to go. Something interesting there at his old home ballpark as well. I like Luis L. Ortiz. I think he was one of the better pitchers on the staff last year for the Pirates, other than that Skeens guy and their veterans there. I think Ortiz pitches well in this game. I'm going to take a look at where the bullpen situations are for this game and things along those lines to see if this is a first 5 or a full game. I'm going to be on Cleveland in this game, though.
I want nothing to do with this one. This one's kind of one of those gross games that has no real appeal to me. I'm not really high. Obviously, I'm not high on this Cleveland team like you are. I think there's a bunch of other teams that I'd much rather bet in the American League Central. And Pittsburgh, if I'm going to bet a game with Pittsburgh, I don't want to go after Middowski, who we'll see how he does. He was coming from the bullpen last year, and I think he opened a couple of games. So I want to see a little bit more from him. This one's a pass for me, Nick. But I will say I do have an interesting look in the next game.
Cleveland minus 125 over on ESPN Bet. Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland minus 125 over on ESPN Bet.
Go for it. Indians -1. Pirates first 5.
It's not a bad way to go at it as well.
Pirates. My cash out is growing for these Indians. There you go.
For their overwin total.
Cruz has been smashing the ball. Ortiz is going to kill this game. Ortiz over K's. Guardians run line. O'Neill Cruz back-to-back games with a home run. Should I take it? What about an O'Neill Cruz double? All right, Nick.
You're going to be obsessed with these double props, aren't you?
I'm not obsessed with them. You're good. I'm very interested in this game.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We have the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. Phillies are -210 favorites in this game, total of 7.5. So no, this is not cash cow material because of the low total. Line open up 200. It's now 209. So we do have a move towards Philadelphia. Line open up 7.5 at +105. It's now 7.5 -110. A move towards the over in this game here, which is kind of interesting. Taking a look at the cash flow, 89% tickets and 91% of cash on the over. Makes sense that the line is moving towards it. 92 at 95 on the Phillies, and the line's moving towards them as well. I do not trust this fish bullpen at all. Granted, they didn't really use many. Yesterday. Tyler Phillip. Oh, I forgot to hit refresh. Because I was just seeing Wednesday's games, not Thursday's games. So I need to take a look at what the bullpens look like here in this one. I want Sandy in this game. And I'm interested in Miami early, I think is the way I like to go at. Yes, and for the first 5, it's moved towards Miami by 5 cents. So the line has moved towards Miami first 5, but not full game. Tells me that they're live early and the Phillies take over late. Is the way that's kind of looking for me. Both these pitchers have kind of been underwhelming so far to start the year. Zach Wheeler is throwing to an ERA above 4, and so is Sandy. Granted, we're very, very early, but still, that is relatively concerning. Let's take a look at what Zach Wheeler has done so far this year. He's coming in off of that loss against the St. Louis Cardinals. He has also had 3 of his 4 starts be on the road, and it's his last 2 starts that have been pretty bad. He gave up 5 earned runs at Atlanta, and he gave up 4 earned runs at St. Louis. His first 2 games were pretty good. He faced the Nationals and the Rockies, but they were pretty good. 1 earned run on both of them, 6 and 7 innings, respectively. On the flip side, Sandy Alcantara has been not Sandy-like. It's been weird with Alcantara. He's not been the same pitcher. Granted, he's just coming in off of Tommy John and everything along those lines. He's had 3 home starts as well. He's not gone away from Miami yet, which I think is ultimately going to keep me off of Miami in this game. He gave up 4 runs against Washington, gave up 2 runs against the Mets. He gave up 2 runs against the Pirates in 4 2/3, 5 and 5 2/3. He's not the same Sandy that can go 7-8 innings anymore, recovering from Tommy John here. Taking a look at the weather in this spot, where we have 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. I have a feeling that we could see Sandy get hit in this game a little bit. And I think if you want to back the Phillies, it's the team total route in this game if you want to back Philadelphia. And the line's moving towards Philly for the full game, but not the first 5. Tells me maybe if you want to play a little bit tricky here, Miami first 5 and Philly full game double result, you probably get a nice payout on that. But I'm kind of interested in either Philly team total over or full game over because maybe we do see – and wow, that's actually not bad at all. And I get it. It's because they're playing Sandy, but I'm getting you can get plus 105 over on DraftKings and Fanatics and ESPN Bet for a team total over 4.5 for the Phillies here in this game. I want to take a look to see if I'm going to pull the trigger on it, but I'm leaning towards Philly team total in this game.
If you looked at this card, what would be the most obvious play on the card? Oh, Sandy Alcantara versus Zach Wheeler. It's got to go under, right? Give me the over. Give me the over in this game. This is just like the most obvious under, to the point where I want to take, and this is actually going to sound crazy because I never bet these types of things. What is the year fee in this game? What's the year fee in Phillies Marlins? Because I think there's going to be a run scored. Will there be a run scored? Plus 125. Yes. Give me the year fee in this game as well. I know that's kind of something that I never bet, but this just has the feel of a game that's going to go over the total. This has a 7-6 feel, even with these two pitchers. And I could easily see like Cabrera or something, Edwards Cabrera or Connor Norby hitting a solo shot in the first inning. Give me the over. Give me the year fee. And I kind of lean towards the fish.
If you lean towards the fish, I mean, a fish team total over could be worth a look as well. It's 2.5. Never mind. It's minus 140 for a 2.5.
No, I was about to say no. Division probably got, since I got plus 400. Damn, quite picks. Tim is going to have a 10-player to hit a double. No, but on Fliff, instead of doing a home run lay, I'm going to do a double lay today. Sandy day. Marlins. Dude, that's a big price. Under. Nope. Marlins first 5 3-way. I like it. Or is it just Marlins first 5? Just first 5. Pirates money line. You won't want the bullpen. I agree. You're not going to want the bullpen. Cubs, White Sox. I'm not on the Cubs. White Sox get the Red Sox. That's interesting. Marlins first 5. He's winning, though. Don't say that, Nick. Game ends up 4-3 Phillies. No, don't say that. Game ends up 7-6 Marlins. Marlins up 3-1 after 5. I would love to see it. Are the Marlins the Buffalo Sabres of the MLB? No, that would be the Angels. No, because Buffalo has. That would be the Angels. Buffalo has hope. Nope. Marlins have no hope. Not to mention the Marlins made the playoffs 2 years ago. The Angels haven't made it in 9 years. Even when they won their 2 World Series, the fans had no hope at the beginning of the season. Exactly. Watch Flores win a World Series. Who was on their team? Yeah, they sold at the deadline and still won the World Series. Sandy K's over in the Philly game. WGO. All right, Nick, this is going to be the last game I'm going to be able to talk about.
All right. We have the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. I would have gone 3-0-1 yesterday if I pulled the trigger on something I had in my bet slip and just never did, because I had Yankees -1 in my bet slip yesterday. They won 6-3. But let's talk about it. It's a pick 'em. Yankees and Rays total 8.5 in this game. Rasmussen and Rodon, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 102. It's now 116 for the Yankees, so we do have a decent move towards New York. Line opened up 8.5 -120. It's now 8.5 -105. A 15-cent line movement towards the under. Taking a look at the cash flow. We have 63% tickets and 64% cash on the Yankees, so not overly public, which for Yankee backers, that's a good thing. And then 75% tickets and 78% of cash on the over here as well. The line moving towards the under, though. And I really don't want I was trying to remember what I heard. I read an article about this with the Tampa Bay Stadium. You bet overs in day games and unders in night games because of the way the conditions are, because they're right on the beach or they're right on the water. And in the afternoon, the ball flies way better than it does at night. That was just one thing I heard. I have to take a look at it and see if that's actually true. Rodon has not been off, and he's somebody that the Yankees are kind of relying on, that they kind of need to be pretty good. with all the pieces missing. Now they just got Clark Schmidt back, but they desperately need Rodon to be good. He's made 4 starts so far. His best start was the opening day one. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 5 1/3. Since then, 4 earned runs in 6 innings against the Diamondbacks, 5 earned runs in 6 innings against the Tigers, 4 earned runs in 5 2/3 against the Giants. He's not been particularly great. The question is this Tampa Bay Rays team good enough to take advantage of that? Rasmussen's been awesome this year, a .6 ERA. He's been amazing since coming back from Tommy John. He's given up 1 earned run so far this year, and that was his 5-inning appearance against the Texas Rangers. Other than that, he shut down both the Pirates and the Braves. Both those starts were at home. He shut them both down in 5 innings, giving up no earned runs. So he's been pretty good. I don't know how to approach this game because I kind of like the Yankees in this spot. I lean New York in this game, and I kind of lean under in this one here. I feel like the under is the better bet rather than the Yankees. And this game is just whether or not I want to pull the trigger on it here in this one. The wind for this game is, I'm trying to get to load. It's blowing in, and I like both these bullpens. So I think the under might be the look in this game. Tim, what are you thinking?
It's probably over or nothing. To be completely honest, obviously we don't like Rodon. I don't think that he's good. I don't think that he's good. And the only thing is Rasmussen's been great. He's allowed one run in 15 innings. He's been great. I kind of lean Rays in this game, but I'll be honest. I think the over is probably the best spot. But if you like the over, you're probably going Yankees. And vice versa, if you like the under, you're probably going Rays. But I'm going to end my show with a pass. But I will be listening in the car. I'll put plays up on the side as you're going through the games. I'll be in the chat until 12:30. But I got to head out so that I can get to work on time. Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm on the under 8.5 minus 115. Under 8.5 minus 115 Yankees and Rays. I just bet that. So we'll move back to the chat and then we'll continue on. 12 comments. Let's take a look. I missed that at the MLB underdog stories. Yep. I'm on the over as well. Also, Phillies minus 1.5. Screw the Dodgers. Yeah. Rays for me. Post the article. I had to find it again. I don't remember where it was. I had to find it again. It was just something, one of those random articles you stumble across on like Twitter. I got to find it. I've got to find it again. Double-digit wins out? No, it's blowing in. Rays money line. Rays team total over. Yankee game under 8.5. Yep. Tim really hates the Yankees. We all do. I can tell every time he breaks down the games. Fair. We'll move on. The Baltimore Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds. We have the Orioles minus 150 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this game here. Where is it? Baltimore. There we go. Andrew Abbott and Cade Povich, your pitching matchup here. Line open up 145. It's now 164 for the Orioles in this game. A big move towards Povich and the O's in this game here, which is interesting. And then line open up at an 8.5. It's now at 9. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. 64% tickets, 68%. Oh, nope, it moved. 63 and 70 on the over. Love that. 29% of tickets and 60% of cash on the Reds, though. So the sharp money coming on the Reds, and this line is showing no respect towards it at all, which is quite interesting to see. The line moving towards the Orioles, considering this market. I have no interest in the side whatsoever here in this game. It was probably going to be Baltimore, no bet. This line is just way too expensive for Baltimore, though. And I still don't think that they're that good of a team. And actually, these are two teams I'm very, very different on. Andrew Abbott, I believe he has had a very limited sample size so far. He only pitched once, and it was against the Pittsburgh Pirates at home. Gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. He was good. It was the Pirates, but he was good. On the flip side, we have Cade Povich, which I think he's made a couple appearances this year so far. He was somebody that I was kind of high on when he was in the minor leagues. He's made 3 appearances. He's thrown to a 3.6 ERA, 15 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 24 hits, 14 strikeouts, 14-3 strikeout to walk ratio. Not terrible. He's gone up against Toronto, Kansas City, and Boston. His best game was against KC. Gave up 1 earned run, 12 hits though, no walks, 6 innings, 4 strikeouts so far. Yeah, you guys know where I'm going in this game. I'm going right back to it. It's been one of my best money makers so far this season, and it's Baltimore first 5 overs. Povich is definitely one that I have no problem doing that with, and Andrew Abbott as well. I like Abbott, but I mean, at the end of the day, I do think that this is another spot where we are just going to keep betting them until I lose multiple in a row, which I have not lost multiple first 5 overs in a row with these Baltimore games. And until then, I'm going to keep riding with it. This was an angle that I came into the season with because I said I like the offense for Baltimore. I think their starting pitching sucks, and their bullpen's going to be good. So if I think their starting rotation sucks, their bullpen's going to be good, and their offense is going to be good, just give me runs early in the games, because I could see I can see as we get further into the season more first 5 overs for Baltimore than the bullpen shuts it down late, and we see full game unders. So I'm going to keep riding with these first 5 overs in Baltimore games. So first 5 over 5 for me. I'm 10-3-1. Only games I don't back them in is with Zach Eflin on the mound. Other than that, I am on them basically every time. So yes, for me, I'm going to continue at it here. First 5 over 5, -110, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Let's see. Reds money line +145. I could see that. So Abbott isn't the Reds ace anymore. Not at all. Have you heard of Hunter Green? My Cy Young pick, he's pretty freaking good. And he's somebody you need to keep an eye on. Reds money line. Good morning, Nick. How are you today? What's good, Brad? Lines just popped for the over-under. Yep, 11. Yep. Reds dog today. I can see that. Pass. Reds team total over. Orioles first 5 over. Love it. Do we have a cow? Do we have one today? A cow? I would have to take a look because I don't know if we have any favorites of that size. We might have one. We might. Let's see. No, the line's not moved in their favor. No, we don't have any at the moment. Eflin is hurt. O's over. Yeah, I'm out. See you, Coyote. Cost company, yeah. Post my plays now. Awesome. Love to hear it. Hopefully we get more people participating in the contest, which for those who haven't submitted your plays yet, that's not what I wanted to do. I have to grab the link because whenever I move around the standings, I almost just posted in Markel's record. So let's take a look. There we go. And we will continue on. Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays -115 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Take a look at the line history in this spot, where we have Bowden Francis taking on Brian Woo in this game here. Line opened up -108 for the Jays. It's now -112. So we do have a move towards Toronto in this game. Line opened up in an 8 at -105. It's now 8 at -110. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, we have 56% of the tickets are on the Jays, but 54% of the cash is on the Mariners. So we have sharp money coming on Seattle. Lines moving slightly towards the Jays. 85% of tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over here as well. We have Wu taking on Francis. Francis has been okay. He was somebody that one of the only ones I was truly worried about in this Blue Jays rotation, because I thought he kind of overachieved last year in his appearances. So this year, 3 games, started all 3 of them. He is 1-2 with a 3.71 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 11 hits, 15 strikeouts, 7 walks, 4 home runs given up. They've lost 2 of his 3 starts. He gave up 3 earned runs against the Orioles in his at Baltimore in his last game. Gave up 2 earned runs at New York against the Mets in 5 1/3, and he gave up 2 earned runs in 6 innings against the Nationals in his first start of the year. On the flip side, with Woo, he has been okay this year, 2.8 ERA off his 2025 campaign. He has pitched 3 times where he's gone at least 6 innings in all 3 games. 6 innings against the Athletics, against the Giants, and then 7 against the Rangers in this last start. He's only had 1 bad blip on the radar there, 4 earned runs on that 6-inning appearance against the Giants. But the Giants feel like they're hitting everybody right now. And then on the flip side there, not on the flip side, but on the flip side, he on his other 2 starts, 1 earned run against the Athletics, 1 earned run against the Rangers. So he's pitched great other than the 1 bad start against the Giants. Not a game I think I'm getting involved with here in this one. Not everything correlating in this spot. Feels like it could be an interesting Mariners spot, but not what I'm going to get involved with. And it'd be an under or nothing, I think, for me. But once again, it's a simple pass. What's Tim do for work? He's at Costco. He's at Costco. Mariners first 5. You can see that. Reds money line. Mariners money line. Tim is okay. No, he's not. I promise you, he's as far from that as possible. Let's move on. We have the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. We have the Mets as -165 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the matchup here in this one where we have Miles Mikolas taking on David Peterson. Line opened up 162. It's now 165 for the Mets. So we have a slight move towards them. Line opened up in an 8 at -105. It's now 8 at -110. We had 72% of tickets and 76% of cash on the over. So not overly public, which that's kind of sad to say 70% is not overly public. But when you're looking at overs, generally that's not. And then we have 89% of tickets and 87% of cash is on the Mets. In this game, a slight move towards them. I am not a fan of Mikolas, and I believe he is a pitcher that is to be faded. He feels like a borderline auto loss when he's on the mound this year for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's pitched 3 times, and they have lost all 3 of his games. He gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings against the Phillies. He gave up 8 earned runs on 11 hits against the Red Sox in 2 2/3. He gave up 2 earned runs against the Angels in 5 1/3. They've lost all 3 of his starts. And I think the Mets can absolutely get to Miles Mikolas in this game. The lines move slightly towards the Mets. The lines move slightly towards the over. The money is coming in on that. Everything's moving accordingly. And I believe that Miles Mikolas is to be faded. And if we are to fade him here in this one, I know the Mets offense has not been the greatest this year, but I'm going with the team total over here at 4.5 at +105, rather than a money line or something along those lines. Even though I do think Peterson probably can pitch decent and shut down this Cardinals offense. But with that being said, this is more me wanting to fade Mikolas than back the Mets offense in this game here. And we've seen Mikolas really struggle this year, and I think that'll continue into this game here with the Mets putting up at least 5 runs against him and that Cardinal bullpen. So I'm going to be on the New York Mets on the team total, just the team total route here, over 4.5 at +105. Let's head on back to the chat. Play the Mets clip. I don't have any video clips yet. Damn it, I forgot about that. I don't have any clips because I have to import them all into the ESP StreamYard. Mets moneyline parlay. Mets cash cow. No, because the total is at 8 and they're not -180. The line's not moved towards them enough. So no, not everything correlated there. Nope. Need -180, yes, and we need a total of 8.5. I'm seeing -172, so damn close. Even then, the total is 8. So that's something else to keep in mind as well. But still, I do think that Miles Mikolas is to be faded here in this one. Seeing 8.5 in some places. All right, fair. It's fair. I am leaning Mets -1. I am leaning Mets on -1 line as well, but not what I'm going to get involved with in this one. Just the team total over for me. We'll move on. Battle of the Sox. Boston and Chicago. Minus 195 for the Boston Red Sox, total of 9.5. These two teams just faced each other, and it was the White Sox winning 2 out of 3 in that previous series. So the Red Sox looking for a little bit of revenge against a really bad White Sox team. They are minus 198 favorites in this game. It opened up at a 200. If this line moved at least 10 cents towards the Boston Red Sox, they'd be the cash cow of the day. They are not, because this line's moved 2 cents towards the White Sox. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 118. It's now 9.5 at minus 102. A slight move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 90% of tickets and 86% of the cash is on the Red Sox in this game. The line's not moving towards them at all, though. 57% of tickets and 53% of cash on the under. Yet this line's moving towards the over. So a little bit of a public under. Not a public under, but when you're looking at totals and you see 99s and everything like that on totals all the time, when you see 57% of the cash on the under, that feels like a public under, all things considered, when you compare it to other unders and stuff along those lines. Tells me that we see some offense in this game. I want to take a look at the pitching matchup here in this game between Dobbins and Perez. Who the hell is Dobbins for Boston here in this one? Dobbins is a 25-year-old starter who's made 1 appearance so far. He played mop-up duty against St. Louis. He went 5 innings, giving up 2 earned runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in 5 innings in that game after or I believe he was the starter in that game, the doubleheader there. Martin Perez has been nails so far this year. He's been great. 1.59 ERA in 17 innings pitched. 3 earned runs on 9 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 9 walks. So the walks are a little high there, all things considered. And they just saw him, Martin Perez, and they got him for 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks. I think the Red Sox can make him pay a little bit more in this game compared to it against him last game. And I think this could be an over potentially here. I think this is one of those spots where we see runs in this game. I don't see Martin Perez being this good all year long. I really, really don't. I think we see some Martin Perez regression a little bit. Is it this game though? Both these teams have been pretty solid under teams, yet this line's a 9.5. This feels like an over. This feels like an over spot here for me. Winds are blowing 11-mile-an-hour winds out towards the monster. So this does play out to be some nice hitting weather. Public's on the under. Why are we not on overs in this game? Not only full game, but maybe first 5 as well. I want to take a look what the first 5 line movement's done for this game here, because I feel like I want to double up on an over in this game. Because I think Dobbins gets hit. And I think we see some Perez regression. The lines move 2 cents towards an over. Yeah, no, I think I double up on overs in this game. First 5 in full game. In this spot, I think we see some runs in this game. So the first 5 over minus 140 for a 4.5. No, thank you. I'll take the first 5 over 5, even money over on Bet365. And then the full game over 9.5, even money over on Bet365 as well. So let me go ahead. Let me go lock those in. I'm doubling up on overs in this game. I think we see runs in this one here between Boston and Chicago. Mets for minus 175 is steep. Not with Michaelis on the mound. I kind of expected this type of number, honestly. White Sox money line. Yeah. Is Hunter Dobbins a fade? I can see that. He's kind of like a spot starter, and he's getting thrown into bad pitching weather a little bit too, which is something that could be something to keep an eye on as well. So yeah, White Sox team total over. Don't mind that. The A's just swept the White Sox. Can't back them. That's fair. These guys literally just played a couple days ago. Yeah, I think the Red Sox do most of the scoring in this game against Martin Perez too. So whatever we can get from the White Sox, I think is a benefit. Red Sox 8-2. I can definitely see that. Definitely see that. Let's move on. The Minnesota Twins taking on the Atlanta Braves. Minus 145 for these Atlanta Braves. Total of 8.5. Don't get me wrong. The Braves are going to be just fine. They're going to be fine. And this is probably a team that once Acuna plays his first game, I think I'm going to back their over-win total, the Atlanta Braves. Because once they're fully healthy and ready to go, then this team can get back to playing Atlanta Brave baseball. Now they get Chris Paddock in this game, which is why the line's so high, especially with Bryce Edler on the mound, which I did not. Bryce Edler is, I believe, been okay this year. I have to take a look at his numbers here in a second. But let's take a look at the line history in this game, where we have this line opening up with Atlanta minus 147, got all the way down to a 127, but back up to a 144. So we do have a move towards the Twins in this game, but only a 2-cent line movement. But in that line movement, I mean, it is what it is. It reopened up at 1:30 at 6 o'clock at night, reopened up at 1:27 at 11 o'clock at night. So depends on where you see the opening line from. Line opened up at a 9, it's down to an 8.5, and the 8.5 juice heavily towards the under. Tells me that we see Edler pitch okay in this game. Edler's thrown twice on the road so far against Tampa Bay and against the Dodgers. Two places that if you're pitching on the road, I don't really want to pitch on the road again at either of those spots right now. Tampa Bay playing in the spring training ballpark, and the Dodgers are the Dodgers. He's gone 10 innings, giving up 8 earned runs on 12 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks against the Rays and against the Dodgers. On the flip side, for the Minnesota Twins, it's Chris Paddock. God awful this year, thrown to a 9.75 ERA. Definitely not somebody that I'm in the business of wanting to back, especially when you're only getting a risk reward of plus 125 on Minnesota. He has gone 12 and a third innings pitched, and has given up 13 earned runs on 15 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 8 walks. That's terrible. I'm stunned that he is still in a Minnesota Twins uniform. And he's not going up against the toughest of the tough. He's played Detroit, whatever. He pitched well against Detroit. Against Chicago and against Houston, who have not done anything offensively this year, Paddock is a fucking oil can. And I understand why the Braves are this price. I do. 75% tickets, 83% cash on the Braves, 75% tickets, and 78% of the cash on the over. I can only look towards Atlanta in this game. That's the only way I'm looking in this spot. The question is, do you want to lay this type of number, number one, with Atlanta right now with the way they're playing? Number two, with Bryce Edler? The answer is no. So I guess it's overs or nothing, and it's Atlanta or nothing, but it's just not a spot that I'm just not going to get involved with. These guys, my bad. Yep. Yurfie, I can see a Yurfie. Braves continue to lose, sell at the deadline, Twins money line. Wow. I wholeheartedly disagree there. I saw Paddock, and the only way I can look is the Braves. Yeah. Braves going to smack Paddock. Yeah. Maybe it's a Braves team total over. Maybe that's the look in this game, because it's not a high total in this spot at all. All things considered, 8.5, 8's in some books. I don't agree with that whatsoever. That the line should be that low for a total. So that's kind of interesting there. What is a Braves team total over in this game? Braves team total over is 4.5, and you're getting plus money for it, plus 110 over on DraftKings. That might be a look. Here. Atlanta run line. 11 mile an hour winds blowing out. There's no under. Yeah, no. No. Timmy. Shouldn't the Braves be minus 180? No. I mean, just look at how bad they've been this year. This team is 5-13. They're 8 games under 500. I still think they'll be fine. They'll still be fine, but they're still concerning. Favorite MLB play so far. I believe there will be one a little bit later that we'll talk about that I kind of like as well, but either the over in the Red Sox game or the Mets team total over. Those would be the two I'd lean. Is Mets team total over 4.5 or the over 9.5 in the Red Sox game. Atlanta 5-1. I can see that. Best play Mariners first 5 money line. Interesting. MLB feels like y'all ESP should thrive today. One of those where you take all the plus monies, plug your nose, and look the other way. So many publicly priced lines. Shake my head. Kind of. We'll see. This is an interesting one here that usually I'd be like, yeah, I've got to bet the Rangers in this spot, but I have no interest in the Rangers whatsoever. And actually, on the contrary, I'm more interested in the LA Dodgers in this game. Let's take a look at this matchup. The line opened up minus 135 range. It's still minus 135 range. It did get up to a 143 at one point, 145 at one point for the Dodgers. Line opened up at an 8, minus 105. It's now 8 at minus 110 on both sides. A slight move towards the over with 83% of tickets and 81% of the cash is on it. 90% of tickets, 93% of cash on the Dodgers. And usually I'm not somebody that says, I want to go and back the Dodgers. You're getting a decent line to do it, though. And you're getting what has been their best pitcher on the mound so far this year. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto has made 4 starts. He's gone 22 innings, putting up 3 earned runs, 13 hits, 28 strikeouts, 7 walks to a 1.23 ERA. He's been great. He's faced the Cubs twice. He's faced the Tigers. He's faced the Phillies. Some decent offenses. On the flip side, one pitcher I'm very concerned about that I was a fade yesterday, but then rocker. And actually, I'm much that it is that he's pitching today because I have a better team I can fade him with. It's Jacob deGrom. This year, Jacob deGrom, his fastball velo is down. His changeup, his slider is down. His just all of his overall velo is down. I saw a quote where he says he's trying to not throw as hard so he doesn't get hurt. That's a major red flag for me. And deGrom is still going to get that deGrom treatment where the books, if this was not deGrom, the Dodgers are minus 200 in this game. And I think because it's deGrom, we're getting the deGrom tax in this game. And I don't think the Dodgers should be this low of favorites in this spot. And not only do I want to back the Dodgers, I want to go for a score on the Dodgers, the -1 line in this game here. I am not a believer in Texas Rangers team. I know a lot of people are. I'm just not. It's just, I don't know what it is. This bullpen worries me and things along those lines. And wow, I say a score. Meanwhile, the money line's -135 and the run line is +125. So you're not really getting any plus money to back the Dodgers here in this spot. But -1, -104. I'm going to take the Dodgers in this game at the -1 line. I think that they are to be backed in this game. I know this feels like completely opposite the way I would usually bet because the line's not moving towards the Dodgers. The public's coming in on the Dodgers. However, I think the public is wrong. I think the public's right in this game. I think the markets are wrong, and they haven't adjusted to Jacob deGrom yet. And when the Dodgers come in here, take care of business in this spot, and beat up on deGrom, people will notice that deGrom is not the same pitcher that he was before all these injuries, which sucks. Because when fully healthy, deGrom is the best pitcher in baseball. Unfortunately, this is not the same deGrom anymore. He's in his late 30s. His velo is going down. All the signs to him regressing to being a good but not elite starting pitcher are all there. And I'm going to fade him in this spot here with the Dodgers on the -1 line. I want to take a look what his first 5 is as well because I almost assume with deGrom on the mound, you're getting a great number on the Dodgers' first 5. I'm going to double up on the Dodgers here in this one here. Dodgers, first 5, -125. No need to play a run line in that one there. It's straight -125 and the full game -1 as well. So I'm doubling up on the Dodgers in this game. First 5, money line, full game -1. Otani likes his ballpark. He matches here. Yeah. Twins, Braves over 9. I can see that. Nick, I like your flag chart. What flag chart? Dodgers run line +120 goes for a score but takes -1. I thought the run line was going to be bigger when I said that. Honestly, I can see the hype around deGrom now that he had a winning record every season. I had no clue who he was. Yeah, I mean deGrom is arguably the best pitcher that I've seen in my generation. Not anymore, though. We'll move on. We'll head over to Houston. The Astros taking on the Padres. -140 for the Astros at the total of 9 in this game. Ryan Gusto taking on Kyle Hart. Just not the greatest of pitching matchups in this game here. Line opened up. Wow, this line's dramatically moved. It opened up in a 115, but within 7 minutes, it's up to a 127. Now it's all the way to a 147. A massive, massive move towards the Houston Astros in this game. And I guess it kind of makes sense with it being Hart on the mound for the Padres, which is definitely their weakest link. Line opened up at an 8.5, minus 125. It's now up to a 9. Makes sense. Two pitchers that I particularly don't trust. Hart has thrown to a 5.72 ERA so far this year. He's not been the greatest. He's 3 times so far. He's faced Colorado, Chicago, and Cleveland. He got hit up, though. He had one bad start, actually. He hit for 5 earned runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts, and he didn't make it out of the first inning against the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Other than that, at home, he's pitched really well, but he's on the road here. On the flip side, Ryan Gusto is like a bulk guy. He'll give you maybe 3-4 innings. So much I can really take from 75% of tickets, 90% of cash on the Padres. Yet this line's flying towards the Astros in this game, which is interesting to see. 74% tickets and 79% of cash on the over here as well. This is Astros or no bet. I think the Padres are bet against away from home because this is a team that is 15-4, but only 3-3 on the road. So this is definitely a team that feasts at home. They're 11-1 at home, right? 12-1 at home, 3-3 on the road. I think this Padres team is going to struggle on the road a little bit this year, or at the very least, they're not going to be the same team that they are in San Diego. And I think they are going to be a big home road split type of team. So this is Astros or no bet for me. But I think ultimately it's a no bet here for me. I'm going for the Astros. I figured you would. Matsui is probably the worst Padres pitcher. Trust me. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get dealt to get him out of that bullpen potentially, but who knows? Let's keep going though. 3 games remaining on the card. The Oakland Athletics taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are minus 145 with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. We have this line opening up at a 160. It's now 163, so we have a move towards the Brewers. We have this line opening up at a 8, minus 110. It's now 8 at even money, so we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 85% of tickets, 84% of cash is on the over. Line moving towards the under, so let's bring a little bit of appeal towards an under in this game. And then we have 81% of tickets and 77% of cash is on the Brewers in this spot as well. Freddie Peralta versus taking on JT Ginn. I think Ginn is a little bit of an underrated pitcher, but we'll look at Peralta first, who's pitched 4 times this year. 3 of them have been on the road, and he's been pretty good. He's thrown 23 1/3 innings pitched to a 2.31 ERA. He's 1-1 in those games, 6 earned runs, 13 hits, 28 walks, 28 strikeouts to 8 walks. He's been good this year. He's faced Arizona on the road. He's faced Colorado on the road. He's faced the Yankees on the road. So he's definitely not played the easiest of competition so far this year, and he's done pretty well. On the flip side, we have Ginn in this one here, where he's thrown to a 1.8 ERA so far in this spot. But I think ultimately this is going to be a no play here for me. Oh, Ginn's only had 1 start. He went 5 1/3 dominant innings against the Mets. 1 earned run, 5 hits, 2 walks, 6 innings pitched, or 6 strikeouts and 5 1/3. He was good against the Mets. I want to see a little bit more from Ginn. I see this as an under or nothing. I think that would be the way I would look at this game. It would be a small lean towards an under, but not a game I'm getting involved with. I think I'll get involved in the next game, and that's probably it though. But yeah, Freddie Peralta. I write their pitcher. Okay. Cool. A's money line. I can see the A's pulling it out here in this one. I kind of like Ginn, but I want to see a little bit more from him. We'll move on. The Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies. We have the Nationals minus 135 road favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. 8.5 in a Coors Field game. Wow. Yeah, it's Chase Dollander and Mackenzie Gore. And obviously, one thing we've seen this year, Coors Field effect is not working this year because this team can't hit worth a shit. They have now lost 6 in a row. They were all on the road, though. They are 2-4 at home this year, and they're 3-15 overall. So that's something to keep in mind there. It's going to be Chase Dollander on the mound for the Rockies, I like Dollander, and he was one of those guys that I had circled that I wanted back. He had an okay start considering he was a rookie making his first start at Coors Field, giving up 4 runs in 5 innings against the Athletics. You give up 4 runs in 5 innings in Coors Field, you're going to give your team a chance to win. On the flip side, after that, he had a nice start against the Padres. He got the loss, but only gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3 in San Diego. Not a fun place to go and play. This line opened up at a 9 down to an 8.5. Line opened up at a -130. It's now a 135 for Mackenzie Gore and the Nationals. We have 83% of tickets, 92% of cash on the over. Line dropping. And then we have 78% of tickets and 90% of cash on the over, or on the Nationals in this game as well. The line moving towards the Natties in this one here. I want to take a look at the weather. It looks like, wow, it's going to be cold and potential snow. 31 degrees at first pitch, down to 28. That's not going to be a fun game to play in. I think they're going to want to get in and get out as quick as possible. Explains why the total is 8.5. I think the offense is going to be tough to come by. I really like Dollander, and Mackenzie Gore, I think, can shove in this game, especially in these conditions. I'm interested in the under in this game, in this spot. And it would be only first 5 because I want specifically Gore and I want specifically Dollander. So first 5 under 4.5 for me here with Colorado and Washington. I'll go ahead and take that in this spot. I think both these pitchers can pitch pretty well. I think the conditions line up pretty well for runs to be limited in this game. So I'll go ahead first 5 under 4.5 on this one at -115 over on Bet365. Do the Rockies hit lefties? The Rockies don't hit anybody. Rockies money line, rocks. No way, and that should be -130 on the road. They do have the pitching advantage. The Rockies are the worst team in baseball right now, so I can understand the line. I can explain it. But we'll move on. Last game of the day, the San Francisco Giants are -150 favorites against the LA Angels, total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here. Where we have Logan Webb taking on Tyler Alexander. Line opened up at a 143. It's up to a 151 for the Giants. And then the total opening up at an 8, -110. Line's really not moved on that, though. 87% of tickets, 94% of cash on the Giants. The line's moving towards them with the public coming in all over them. 80% of tickets, 79% of cash on the over here as well. And the line's not moved at all. We have Logan Webb taking on Tyler Alexander. Webb has thrown to a 2.62 ERA so far this year. He's been pretty good this year. And he's thrown 4 times. He's thrown only once at home. And this is going to be his 4th road game. His only home game, he's shoved. And the other games, he's been okay. So far this year on the road, he went to Cincinnati, gave up 3 runs on 5 innings pitched. In Houston, 1 earned run, 7 innings pitched. In Yankee Stadium, 3 earned runs on 5 innings pitched. So he's been okay on the road, but he's much, much better at home than he is on the road. He is definitely a big home road splits type of pitcher. So it's I don't really want to back him in this spot. I don't really want to fade him either. I think this line's about right. I don't see much of an edge in this game. I'll end the card with a pass, though. That is the last game here in the MLB. It's going to be a pass for me. Who the heck wants to watch a baseball game when it's 32 degrees out? Not me. Keep in mind, Colorado people are probably kind of used to it by now. Bad travel spot for the Giants? Kind of. They were in Philly yesterday. Yeah, that could be an interesting spot to take a shot with the Angels as a dog. Definitely, for sure. But that is everything for today's games. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching, and good luck.